Lauren.
Hi guys, today we are doing our first Real Talk segment where we're going to talk about real situations that happen to real people that are sometimes real uncomfortable to talk about. And today our topic is employee dishonesty. So we were just talking briefly about some situations that we think of when we think of employee dishonesty, and I asked each of them for an example, so Shirley's going to tell us hers.
So, employee had been with client for many years, 20 years. It's normally an employee you totally trust, that you feel is doing the right, honest thing. Come to find out,
Could it be your kids?
I hope not, but I guess it could be anybody.
Just asking for a friend.
So the employer did some investigation, found out not only was the employee having her own car fixed and charging the company for it.
And it wasn't a company car?
No, it was her own personal car. Was buying gas for her husband's car. He was not an employee of the company. Should have been, because they were supplying gas to him. And then, so he had the turned in a police report. Police came to the office, arrested, the woman for theft of money also. And as soon as they walked out, the employer said, okay, let's have a meeting, employees. I want to let you know what just went on. And not funny, but right about that time, a package came for the dishonest woman that she had used funds to purchase and personal items.
And didn't she also buy Majestic Theater or some type of tickets, and then when she couldn't go, she would resell them back to the owner?
Yes.
No!
Yes. So double dipping.
So
Real talk, real happening situations.
How much money are we talking over the course of?
It was about $70,000.
Over.
Besides the gas and all of that. Yeah.
I know one other situation I thought of, we had a client who does employment staffing, and so one of his employees had actually forged vendor invoices to where there were vendors that they normally worked with, yet he was putting his own bank account information on those invoices and getting paid for all of those invoices. And if I recall correctly, that claim reached almost over $200,000.
Over what span of time?
Gosh, I think it was 3 years, I believe, if I recall correctly.
And each of these companies, they were small, intimate companies, or they were large corporations, or how many people did each of them have in their organization?
So I believe the Shirley claim referred to, they have about 50 employees, I think.
60, and yours was about 15.
Maybe less.
I mean, it really doesn't matter the size of the company. What they do is they take it over time. And so you don't notice it.
Yeah. I guess my point is just, it happens to everybody, not just in large corporations or whatever. And 200 over 15 employees, that's crazy.
That's a lot of money for any sized business, whether you're small, medium, large, what have you.
But the largest one that we experienced was approximately $900,000, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, forging of commission statements actually. So just to let y'all
different
know,
ways.
the 3 top ways it occurs, they forge vendor invoices, they forge their timesheets or commission statements, as well as, what's that third? Gosh, I can't remember the third. But anyway, just some things to keep in mind. Having good accounting controls in place can really help to deter a lot of that.
What about an insurance coverage?
There is also insurance coverage as well. So keep that in mind. We're here to help any way we can. We just want to bring to light some situations that aren't normally talked about in day-to-day life.
Stay tuned for our next Real Talk.
Where we make you real uncomfortable.